Hello, good afternoon, everyone, and I welcome you to Current Issues in Nigeria with Soji. That's the title of my podcast, Current Issues with Soji. Current Issues in Nigeria with Soji. Yes, today I want to look at a very important topic, and that topic surrounds or evolves or revolves around how Omoyele Sowore always rises to the rescue of those who are perceived to be oppressed or who are actually oppressed by this, legal system of the um, judicial system of our country, Nigeria. All right, we all know what is currently going on. All right, we all know what is currently going on in the country, which the latest is that of the um, Lord and the way he was arrested or the way he was sent to detention by the social media influencer Martis Ose, popular known as VDM. Right now, that very VDM, very dark man, that name has become either very dirty man or very daft man, because that is exactly what he's turned into. Okay, and we all know how Sowore has always risen to challenge the status quo, to challenge the state, and challenge the machineries of oppression against anybody, irrespective of who the person is. He does not know to know. He doesn't need to know you before he rises to the occasion. Even the so-called VDM that we're talking about was in that kind of situation 2 different times, and Sowore did not hold back. He stood up and intervened and said, "No, let's due process be followed. Let's handle this matter on its merit. There are matters that are civil in nature. You don't make it or make them to become criminal." That is what he's fighting for. He believes that if you say you have a case, and if it's not a criminal matter, why do you go around and make it a criminal matter such that you start involving the police? It's when a matter is a criminal matter, that's when you bring in the police instrument. If not, a civil matter, as much as I understand, I'm not a lawyer, it should be something between civilians and should be solved or sorted in a civilian way. In other words, even if you have to go to approach the court and possibly ask for damages, that this person has slandered me, this person has impersonated me, this person has done this one to me, has defamed me. As a result, he has caused me so much pain and trauma, and I'm requesting that the court should compel him to pay me 500 million, 1 billion, 2 billion. That is what it should be. I'm asking for compensation. You should have for compensation. But instead, so-called social media influencer who said he will never sue anybody, he will never do that, has eaten up his word, is doing exactly what he said he will not do. And Sowore, as who he is, said, no, this is wrong, this is oppression. And because of that, this young man is looking for all means. This young man is looking for all means to paint Sowore black, that he is not. He's going everywhere looking for evidence against him to nail him. But the Sowore, we know, is not that kind of person. He stood up for you when you were oppressed, and now you turn around to be oppressing people. And he's as he does, he's doing the same thing. Now, what is the purpose of this video I'm making? This video is actually for Sowore. The next time I see him, I'm going to tell him, yeah, before we go ahead to intervene in cases of people, or as we are doing that for them, we will let them know. We will need to let them know that what we are doing now is something you also need to be aware of, because we do not want you one day to turn around and be doing the same thing to another person. So we will need to be taking them through classes of awareness of instrument against oppression. So whoever we have helped rescue from the oppression must not become an agent of oppression in the future. So that's we must settle. It's not only going to be anybody who is oppressed, whether you insulted or you abuse me, I will always rise up to speak for you. No, it's not going to be so again. And it's going to, because we see reason why it's not going to be so. Whoever he has stood up for before, whenever the person is coming out, the person needs to go through a class of, okay, detoxification from oppression, so that one day that same person will not turn to become an object, an instrument of oppression, because that's what is happening. All the people Sowore has helped in bringing out of oppression are now cautioning him. They are now, confronting him because they do not understand what he has done for them. So it's not just enough to stand up and speak for someone. When we speak for people, we need to take them through seminars. Look at what we have done for you, and you need to. There's a vanguard against oppression, and you need to join that vanguard against oppression, so that one day you don't become. So when Sowore intervened for very dark of 2 times, they just let him go. They did not instruct him, they did not de-radicalize him, or they did not take him through the classes he's supposed to go through to know what we are doing. He's not only very dark man. Look at all the history of people Sowore has risen up for. Is he Sea King? That one that was busy abusing pastors, because pastors are the problem, are the cause of all the problem in the country. Yes, some pastors have their problem. Okay, they are not the states. They are not agents of states. They are just men of God who are doing their job. Whoever is not doing the right thing, maybe is preaching special messages or is faking miracle and other. Personally, I'll be the first person to call such pastor out. Okay? It doesn't matter who they are. If anytime they go against what I know the Bible stands for, I will call them out. It does not matter who the person is, even if it's my pastor. Even if it's my pastor, it's not the first time when I see something that I'm not comfortable with. I see this doesn't go in line with the Bible. I will call you out. I will say it. That's it. So it's not the first time. Sea King has done it. He's cautioning Sowore, confronting him, because they do not really understand what the fight against oppression is all about. That's why they are lined up. Sea King is lined up, at the back of people like Alex Oti, who they think is doing heaven and head for them in Abia State. Not only Sea King, there is another one like that, Sowore Rescue, who has also, stand up to question and comfort him. And VDM is the biggest. So I'm not against us rising up and speaking for people and help them get out of the gulag of the oppressors. But they also have the duty to take them through, okay, the radicalization from oppression. They take all the duty of telling them not to become an agent of oppression. And this is what I want to discuss with Sowore. The next time I see him, I'm going to tag him in this video. I hope he sees my post. He sees my post. I was surprised. He was telling me about, he sees my post. He see what I post on social media and all that. I was actually shocked. I never knew he read my post, because I actually friend on Facebook and the other platforms. I was surprised. So he will see this video. If he doesn't see it, when I see him next, this is what I'm going to discuss with him. And I'm sure, of course, he will see reason with me. Thank you for your time. Once again, this is current issues in Nigeria with Soji.